Hello fellas and ladies fellas, Nerd Online here bringing you another video. Another Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition video to be precise. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be making a Halfling Bard. Yeah! So this is going to be a basic tutorial. It's just going to be how to make a 5th edition Bard. Let me just find my notes. I should have done this before I hit record, really. Done. Okay. Cool. So, what I'm gonna be doing, Bards are probably my favourite class. This is just a thing I've been experiencing recently. I really like Bards. I've played a lot in my time, and also my favourite character in the campaign I'm planning at the minute, he's a Bard. He's a really good character, really entertaining. You guys should like him if you get to meet him, if the series works out like I want it to. Could not, who knows. So, first thing I'm going to do is plug in his race. He's a Lightfoot Halfling because they get the Charisma bonus. I'll talk you through that in a minute. Okay, so his background is... his character name. I'll give you that. The guy who's playing this Bard, this is one that's already been created, by the way. So, the guy playing this Bard, he's called Flypin J. Wheels. He figured out he wanted a quirky name for a quirky character, and he got it. So his alignment is neutral good. His strength, I'll go through his stats now. So for his 15, he put his charisma. I think, was it his charisma or was it his dex? I'm not sure. Let me just switch to the page with the halflings so I can check. It was his charisma, yeah. So he's got a 15. I'll just plug these all in and I'll apply the racial bonuses. He put his 14 in dex. He put his 13 in intelligence. He put his 12 in wisdom. He put his 10 in constitution. And he put his 8 in strength. So I'll apply the racial bonuses. That's a +2 to dexterity with a halfling. That makes that 16. A +1 to charisma with the Lightfoot variant. 16. So the next thing I'm going to do is plug in his Proficiency Bonus, which for all classes is a +2, just so I don't know why they made it a separate table, like a separate piece on the table. Yeah, so a thing with okay, now we will fill in what should we fill in next? Okay, now we'll plug in his saving throws. As a Bard, you get charisma and dexterity. Oh wait, sorry, we need to plug in the modifiers. -1. +3. I explained this in my how to create a fighter video if you want to know how these work, so yep, go check that out if you want to know. You could probably work it out, it's pretty simple. Oh no, that's a +11, it's not a +11, that's OP. +1, +3. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is okay. So now we're gonna -1. I'll zoom in for you guys so the numbers are easy to see. Yeah, that's better. That's still not too easy to see. So that makes this a +5. I'll zoom in a bit more. Yeah, that's fine. This is that makes the dexterity a +5. Now the constitution, you get a +-0, so that's +/-0 again. By the way, I got the +5 was I added his dex modifier and his proficiency bonus because he's proficient in them because of being a bard. Intelligence is a +1. charisma is a +1. Sorry, no, wisdom is a +1, and charisma is a +5 again because his proficiency bonus applies here. Now, his skills, being okay. First, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in his background. So his background, he chose an instrumentalist, which is a string of entertainer, which is a background in itself. So if you want to look for this background, it's the entertainer background. Let me just find it in my book so I can see what he gets with it. He gets... Okay, nearly there. Too far. Not far enough. Far enough. Okay, so he gets skill proficiencies in acrobatics and performance. Two very useful skills, especially with this guy's skill set so far, with his high charisma and his high dexterity. So we'll go back to the entertainer background in a bit, but first we're going to go on to the other skill proficiencies he gets. So by being a bard, he gets to choose from a list of any. You can choose any three, like any. Bards are seen as jacks of all trade, I think the book puts it as. That means he gets to choose any 3 skills and be proficient in them. He chose deception. He also chose persuasion, and he chose stealth, which is very decent, I guess. So I'll plug all those in a minute. I can't be bothered right now. So his hit dice is a D8. 1d8. His total is 1 because he's first level. This total increases every time you get your level, and then plus 0, because that's his Constitution modifier. So his hit point maximum is 8. His speed, being a halfling, is 25 feet. His initiative is his dexterity modifier, so that's a +3 to initiative, which is decent. Normal class, we'll go back to that in a bit. Now we'll plug in his passive wisdom, which is a 10 plus his wisdom modifier, which is 11. Now his languages, he gets so for his languages, he gets... right, it's in my hand. He gets Common. He gets Halfling. And that's it for the languages with him. He's not very... Well, he's pretty good bilingual. That's decent in today's society, and back in the day when it's set, but all adventurers in fact have 2 languages, so as a minimum. In my wizard tutorial, which I plan to get up soon, there will be another tutorial. You know, he will have a bunch of languages. So now armor and weapons, they'll fill in those proficiencies. So, from being a bard, he gets proficiencies in... Wait, let me just have a cheeky look. Okay, let me just... So, as a bard, he gets proficiencies in... He gets proficiencies in light armor. Sorry. Armor and weapons. He gets proficiencies in light armor. He gets proficiencies in simple weapons. He gets proficiency in longswords. rapiers, and he also gets proficiency in short swords, which is not a bad set of weapons by any stretch. So we'll flip back to his background, see what skill and tool proficiencies he gets with that. I'm not done with the proficiencies in this, but because he still gets his tool proficiencies, but I'm not showing you them yet because that rolls in. Okay, so he gets now. He also gets he doesn't get any weapon or anything proficiency, so tools. He gets one weapon. No, sorry, not one weapon. He gets one musical instrument, one type of musical instrument, and then he also gets three musical instruments of his choice for his bard proficiencies. So he chose banjo, bongos, didgeridoo. How do you spell didgeridoo? That's always confusing. I think that's right, not sure. Didgeridoo and the triangle, which is hilarious, actually. I just love that idea. He also, from being an entertainer, he gets proficiencies in disguise kits. 1 minute, let me capitalize this because that's going to annoy me. I don't know why I do that, but yeah. Triangle, he also gets proficiencies in disguise kits, like I just said. Disguise kits. He also gets proficiencies in nothing because he's a loser. JK. Okay, so we're going to do some more stuff, I guess. We're gonna fill in his traits now, like his feats, I guess. We'll fill in his equipment in a minute, and then we can do the armor class from the equipment. Yeah, it's decent. Okay, so he gets, for his feats, he gets, from being a halfling, he gets the feat Lucky, which reads, when you roll a 1 on a d20 for an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can re-roll the dice and must use the re-roll. So, this basically means that re-roll on a 1, and then I'll put in brackets d20, because that what it listed is pretty much all d20 rolls. He also gets Brave, which means he gets advantage against being frightened. He gets Halfling Nimbleness, so I'll just say nimble, which means he can move through the space of a creature that is of a size larger than his. So what I'm going to write down is move through space, move through space, taken up by creature bigger than you. Bigger than you. Okay, so he also, from being a Lightfoot halfling, he gets naturally stealthy. So I'll just put stealthy, stealth. Yeah, I'll just stealthy. That means he gets the ability to hide behind someone bigger than you. Someone bigger than you. Okay, he gets... Now, from being a bard, he gets feat called Bardic Inspiration, which basically inspiration, which essentially means that he gets to inspire others through stirring words or music. To do so, you must use a bonus action on your turn to choose one creature other than yourself within 60 feet of you who can hear you. That creature gains 1 Bardic Inspiration die. Once within the next 10 minutes, a creature can roll the die and add the number to the ability check, attack roll, or saving throw it makes. The creature can wait until after it rolls the d20 before deciding to use the Bardic Inspiration die. But must decide before the DM says whether the roll succeeds or fails. Once the Bardic Inspiration die is rolled, it is lost. A creature can have only 1 Inspiration die at a time. You can use this modifier a number of times equal to your Charisma modifier. So that essentially means that he can do it 3 times a day. 3 times a day. Because you regain the expended juices after you take a long rest. So, D6, and then also, in this inspiration box up here, I'll put D6. Now, he also gets, did he get anything else? He gets a feat from being the entertainer background, which I'll just flip to. Sorry, give me a minute. Let me just flip to this background. These are a lot of pages in this book, guys. It's an awkward thing. Damn it, I went past it. Let me just find it. I'm nearly there. Come on. Nearly. Nearly. One more page. Come on, be on the next page. Here we go. So he gets the by popular demand feature. Demand. Which means that he gets to, he can always find a place to perform. Usually in an inn or tavern, but possibly with a circus or at a theatre, or even in a noble's court. At such a place you receive free lodging and food of a modest or comfortable standard, depending on the quality of the establishment, as long as you perform each night. In addition, your performance makes you something of a local figure. When strangers recognise you in town where you have performed, they typically take a liking to you. Right, I'm going to pause the recording here, and I'll return in a minute, where I would have filled in all of the skill proficiency, all of the skill increases and stuff. I'll also have typed in all of the, and I won't type anything else in, so I'll be back in a minute. So I've plugged all of the skills in, and now I'm going to be doing his equipment. So the starting equipment that a bard gets is a rapier, which does, which he has a +5 damage in because he is proficient in it, and it is a finesse weapon, which means it uses his dexterity modifier instead of his strength modifier. So that's a rapier, +5, so that's a 1d8 +5 piercing damage. Just make a note of the damage type. He also gets a choice between a diplomat's pack or an entertainer's pack. He chose entertainer's pack. I'll read you through what's in that in a minute. Entertainer's pack. He also gets a lute or any other musical instrument. He chose banjo. We get he gets leather armor, and a dagger. He's proficient in the dagger, so he gets +5. It's also finesse. That is a, I think that is a 1d4 plus 5. Piercing again, I think. Yeah. No, sorry. These are +3. Sorry, it's a +3 damage. Okay. He also okay. So, I'll read through what's in the Entertainers Pack now. He gets 2 costumes, a backpack, a bedroll, 5 candles, rations, water skin, and a disguise kit. Useful, I guess. Now we can flip to his background again to see what other equipment he gets. Then we'll roll for his wealth, because he also bought some things. I don't remember what he rolled, so I'm just going to have to do it again. Or I could just not. Yeah, because this is only a tutorial, I won't. I'll just roll for his wealth, and then I won't buy anything extra. But just so you know, he got a crossbow, he bought 20 bolts, he also bought a 10-foot paper mache pole. Sorry for that little interruption. I think, yeah, I paused it in time, so nothing came up in the microphone, but I'm a bit disoriented, into what I'm doing right now. I think I was on the equipment, so I'm just gonna, I'll write down the equipment. So, from being an entertainer, he gets, because that's the page I was on, so I'm assuming that's where I was, he gets a musical instrument, one of his choice. So, what Oliver chose was a didgeridoo. Sorry, not his name. Or it is, who knows? Didgeridoo. So he gets a didgeridoo. He also gets, I spell armor in the English way. I am English, goddammit. This is an American game. So, musical instrument, one of his choice. The Favour of an Admirer. He hasn't actually chose one of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the trinkets section. Yep, just switch to the page with the trinkets table on it. Then I'm going to roll a D100. Give me a moment to sort it all out. Where's my D100? Here's my D100. I'll roll. Okay, so I got an 88, which means, if you have the table in front of you, you can follow along, but that means that an 88 means a book that tells the story of a legendary hero's rise and fall, with the last chapter missing. So, book. A book telling rise and fall of hero. Sounds good. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll for... no, sorry, we've got the rest of the equipment to go through. He gets a costume. So that's 3 costumes he's got now. I'll just put one on because the other 2 are in the Entertainers Pack. Costume, and he gets a pouch containing a belt pouch. No, it's not a belt pouch, it's just a pouch containing 15 gold. So I'm going to add that to his eventual total, which is going to be, let me just skip to the wealth page. So wealth, where's wealth? Starting wealth, okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to roll 5d4. So that was a 4. Add that to another 4. Jesus. So that's 8. You roll, this time it's a... Okay, let me roll again because I just rolled another 4. Oh, what's going on? Okay. Huh? This dice is rigged. Okay, 2. So that's a 10. This is third roll. That's another 4, which I don't... 14. This one's a 3. So that's a 17. So that's 185 add the 15. That's a lot of dollar. Guy's pretty rich. So yeah, 185 gold. That's definitely not bad going. Yeah, I'm not going to give you his personality traits yet because that's spoilers. I'm also not going to give you... Oh! His armor class. Can't believe I forgot that. So, an armor class for leather armor is 11 plus your dex modifier, which for him is a 14. So, is there anything else I haven't filled in yet? Oh, spells! Spells. So, bards get to choose from the bard spell list. Obviously, they get 2 cantrips. He chose Dancing Lights. And he also chose Mage Hand. Mage Hand. Now, he's got 2 spell slots. And the spells he chose were Thunder Wave, which does 2d10 thunder damage on a... Is it d10 or is it d12? I think it might be d12. Who cares? But yeah, thunder damage on a 10-foot radius, which is decent, definitely. Disguise Self. By the way, first level bard gets 4 spells. Just, yeah. Comprehend languages, always very useful. And his last spell was... God, what was it? God damn. Oh god. What was it? It was Healing Word. That's the one. Healing Word. So that's all of his spells done. Now this middle page here, I'm not going to really bother about that too much. I never really do. I'm not going to fill in his player name because he doesn't want anyone to know his name yet. That's all of his equipment. All of his proficiencies. It's I think that's everything done. So let me just you can see the whole page in one. So that's his whole character sheet. Pretty decent, I think. And then that's the spell sheet. So now we say goodbye to Flypin J Wheels. And while we do that, we also say goodbye to each other. I bid thee farewell, and I'll be back soon with another video. I hope.